All right, guys, let's start with hold on, let me just I forgot to click playing on my beautiful all amazing TikTok. So if you view this from YouTube, welcome. If you're on TikTok, welcome. I don't know why I'm that big on YouTube, but I look like giant face. Um, well, the markets are doing what they always do. Let me just share something in the market. I'm not sure if I'm sharing any voice on the arena. Hope you guys at the arena can hear me. I hope you guys were hearing the voice. Well, let's go through a couple of articles so quickly because I don't have that much time today. We are just gonna power through what we see. All right, it's gonna be short and quick. It's gonna be easy live stream. Hope you guys are with me. So let's go ahead and check the markets that we are doing on the Arena app. I'm sharing this page. Obviously, all of you have seen it. We are coming out 85, $86,000 on Bitcoin. It's still down throughout the week. Still showing us it is down. We have 27,000, about 28, 2,800 for Ethereum is coming in the same price. Let's check our bubbles quickly because I am gonna get out of here as soon as possible. Welcome, Nedra. Welcome, Lalo. Thank you so much for the likes. Appreciate you guys for the likes too. All right. Welcome everybody on YouTube. Welcome everybody on TikTok and Arena. Welcome, guys. All right. Here we have the top 100, and we have something called rain. Where did rain attack us from? No idea, but you can see it's the only green and CC. I have no idea. Continent Network, is this the one that they were hyping? They're gonna launch it, and it's gonna be this all amazing uh, project, or majority some YouTubers are still hyping that one. Obviously, we have small gains. We do not have a big loss today, which is good. Last 24 hours, it looks like the market's stabilizing out, especially Sunday night. Sunday night tend to have a huge bounce back and forth. Like you could have a huge bounce to the upside and then followed by a dump. Sunday itself, and we currently don't have it. It looks like a really controlled market to me, very controlled market the way it's been moving. Let's check it to the charts. I'm going to take you guys trading view. Over a trading view yesterday or Saturday, I believe, when I live streamed on all platforms. I showed you guys what I was expecting. Exactly, um, did exactly what we expected it to do. Let me just remove the other side because it's bottoming. See how we said we were somewhere here, I believe. Somewhere here. We did not make a decision on the high Kanashi candles. And when I drew this, it was so perfect. You know, we kind of talked about it needs to support. As long as not many people on TikTok, I won't show the charts, and not many people over at the YouTube, so I'm not gonna worry about showing what chart I'm talking about. But hopefully soon we will. So here's where the problem is right now. On the hourly, we close few hours under the line. See, so now we broke that. We may come down to test this at $83,000, around $83,000, or we may get a huge bounce. Um, what I'm optimistic about is on the hourly, the RSI is showing completely oversold, extreme oversold territory. This is a pounce zone for Bitcoin. So if we pounce it, if we get a huge, 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 huge. Um, See how this is where I was drawing that, and I told you guys we need to see this flipping like this. We need to see it up, and then this is normal, something like this. It still kept it. See how it kept the bullish structure. It was above the white line that we talked about. It was nice and quick. It doesn't mean it can reclaim that and flip the channel as bullish channel for the 15 minutes. And one of the reasons why I'm so concerned is we did attempted to go above the white line right here. Let me get out of that, right? We did attempt, not that one, this one right here. We did attempted to go, but we failed to hold it as support. And unless we hold that white line as a support, it's done deal. It's we're gonna come down for a while, and then hopefully we can get rebound, or maybe before next weekend, somewhere Friday. If it doesn't, if we don't push that, and it's not that much. You can see it only needs, what percentage do we need? Let's see, from where we are right now to here. It literally needs 1%. 1% is easy. It's not something difficult for Bitcoin to do, and that's hourly. So it's we currently, like I said, we currently oversold. So all it needs is that little push, and we're above it. All we have to do is when we test that white line again, we need to hold it as support. It tried so hard. Let me get out of the Heikenhashi so you can see what's happening. It kept closing under it. It kept testing it and failing. See how it was failing, but it's still good because we have the flip, we have the channel flip. So our entire channel flipped down here, and unless it's kind of premature, which it doesn't look like premature channel flip, it looks very successful. You can see it's divided, it's kind of separated, it's kind of curving and testing because of this giant dump, but it's still above. It's still clean, 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 clean separation. You know what I mean? um, Consider the situation. You can see very clean. Right where I told you guys something is gonna happen about that. It's gonna be dumped to the downside or pumped to the upside. Well, you can see the separation happen exactly right there. You can see that separation happened. And what happens when that becomes sustained separation? Well, you can see when this happened, and we confirmed it, we are under the white line completely. We went up just like we did right now. It got rejected. It tested again back. It got rejected. It got third time. It got rejected on the white line. Right? See, it never hold the support, and it was already bearish. But this is a very good time. It had a really good chance to test it as a support, find a support, and then oh. But when it continues to get rejected, then you got all of this bearishness, everything until this point. Well, that was an attempt, but let's just say for a short time, this is what we were talking about, from 104, 105,000, 100. The last test was 105,000, and then we tried again 104,000. So basically around the same area, but from there we're down. So this is the first time we challenged the white line over there. All right, this is the first time we are flipping the channel green. I mean not green, but what I mean is bullish. So what we need is a giant push to the upside. Right, we need Monday to behave like a normal Monday. We need a very good optimism in the market, and we need to see that push to that support. This support line is built for the past few hours. Let's see the 4 hour. We're gonna see how the 4 hour is doing what it's supposed to do. It's still, actually, this line was on the 4 hour when we drew, and we were somewhere here trying to push it. So we got, actually, this was the line that I was still working on. Right, I told you guys that buy is coming up and off, but you can see anything after that, It's still green when we go to high Kanashi, so it's not a big deal. Uh, but we need to see this is an issue for the 4 hours, but we could stay oversold. See, I told you guys the issue would be we oversold in the 4 hours, and usually at this territory we're gonna see it reset. So before the reset, we need to see a push up, so we can go oversold on the 1 hour on the hour, and that will give us that maybe is going to push us to the top of this. We still got a long way to go above that. We literally have to go around 100,000 to reclaim that on the 4 hour. We're not we're not close, and it's oversold on the 8 hour. You can see clearly it's trying to break it down. We need to see that go up and push it a little bit. It just needs to be extended, like here. We need to have an extended 8 hour. Um, so we could have that claim the channel flip, and this is 8 hours, so it takes a lot of hours to have a single um, candle. But currently you can see we have 3 hours left until this one either pushes up or brings us down to 83,300 kind of area. So something is gonna happen. Either it's gonna come down, massive, aggressive down, or it's gonna be aggressive up to reclaim that. Mm, it could close where it is around that area too, but that's not a. That means your next one is gonna be complete bearish. So I'd rather have this one really go down and give us something that we can hope. Hey, it's somewhere in the middle, and it can still go up, but we still have 3 hours, which means which means the hour we just closing on the hourly is bearish. So um, that's clear sell. We're coming down. This is the only optimism we have. So let's see how it plays out. It's really nothing to be excited about how the channel everything's looking like. Sorry, man. This is on my face, isn't it? Yeah, you guys can clearly see what I see right there. It, I mean, you can't talk about any of the other ones unless you see they're all doing the same thing. It's exactly what Bitcoin is doing. See on the hourly, right? Let's go Solana. You can see it's oversold. It's exactly doing right. It flipped the channel, and it's a very crucial point. I don't know what I did there, but anyways, this is a very crucial point. Ethereum, you can see it's doing the same thing. It's a little bit stronger. You can see where there's a little bit of strength on the Ethereum. It came down. It's not clearly. It's not like it's okay separation, but it's not clear separation. So you could definitely have a huge dump on Ethereum. See what I'm talking about? It never clearly separated. It went up, tested it, failed, came down. It's a great point to push it up, but on the 1 hour, it's not above the white line. Like Bitcoin was above the white line, it tested the white line, right? When Ethereum, that's the only time it tested, which means if you check it out, man, come on, don't mess me up. Which means if you check the 4 hour, you're gonna see it has not attempted at all. It's not close. We need to get around 3,100 to even be close at that line on Ethereum. On the 15-minute, we way down now, and it's going to be it resets. So you can see we flipped it. It's like a curve. It never stayed nice flip like Bitcoin did. See, Bitcoin flipped it here, but it stayed longer being positive. Instead of like a big curve, Bitcoin stayed longer on the channel, right? It just came down, but this could be a small, like small down. Like I said, on the hourly of Bitcoin, it's oversold, so that could give us some optimism. Thank you guys. Thanks for the likes. Appreciate you guys. But overall, it's not looking bullish. I won't be buying anything unless you already did when everything was down, around 80,000. Just don't buy anything. And one of the reasons why I'm saying that, I mean, you can buy a little bit here there. The hourly is oversold, but I'm worried about the 4 hour. It's overbought, and actually you can see it's coming down heavy. See how it's coming down. I mean, it's gonna take. We still got another 3 hours to finish this. So if you finish it 50%, and then finds a support 50% around there, like that, like that, like that, and then we have another leg push, another leg to the upside. I mean, it never any of those scenarios it never pushed that much. But you can see it pushed. You can see it came down still that one, but at least right here we found a bush, found a bush, found a bush third time. So let's see what it does. But I like it. I just don't like. Let me see. Let me go to another indicator. Actually, no. It's gonna take us a lot of time to do that. So let's get out of there. I don't have time today. Honestly, I'm only gonna stay live stream on YouTube. I'll get out of TikTok and the arena, or maybe I'll just leave the arena too because it is a class I need to complete before everybody on my wakes up here. Um, so enjoy the day, guys. You can see it. There's no hurry. Take your time. If we reclaiming this, if we're going up, it's probably gonna take a little longer unless a giant institution or something jumps into the market. The market needs liquidity, and you can literally see it's trying, but it doesn't have a liquidity. So stay away from it unless you're okay. Bitcoin coming down, I don't know, even under 80. So if you just do this, we sometimes we could come down because that's a channel we have to test it as a support because we broke the channel, the resistance. Right, and there will be more. Like as time goes, you can draw more lines to break. For example, you can say uh, the reason why we rejected that is right there, that resistance over there somewhere. And then you can say once we broke that, we break that, we can go up here 92, and so on, so on, so on. Draw the lines, whatever, right? I could draw millions of lines if I have to, but none of those really matters at this time. There's no liquidity, so whenever it goes below and it's a aggressive sell, um, aggressive down, like you sold, oversold on the 4 hour and on the 8 hour and on the day, which is it is on the day, and it should be on the week. Not only it's crazy where it is, and you can't even see it on the. You can't even see how oversold it is on the weekly. That's a good indication because, all right, let me show you guys. So the last time we were this oversold, somewhere here, just saying it, to let's say, oh no, that was not the last time. Sorry, that was not the last time. This was the last time. So the last time we were that oversold, let's say we were here. I mean, it's not that bad yet. Oh, man, I can't even see it. But let's say that, right? We came up and that ended like 147 days. about 146, 147 days. It lasted about 146, 147 days, right? Before we came down, right? So once it's a long term. It's like if you buy it, there's no, it cannot go much worse than it is currently. This is insane amount of sell pressure. The last time it was similar. It was right here, and Bitcoin was 19,000, and then it got 12,000. Then it came down all the way. The time, 9,000 again. What is it? Is that 9,000, 12,000? And that was 20. I don't even know. What am I looking at? Right? Oh no, no, sorry. Around 41,000. So it was somewhere 32,000. Went up somewhere 43,000. Came down. So you can see the channels, right? The price wise, I would have to zoom in to see exactly where it corresponds to. Like that is the point. And that was low of 25, right? And that was 2023. And then that's probably when it got oversold, overbought, somewhere here, one of these days, 46. So see, it went up like 1x. Then it came down to, I mean, consolidated basically a few weeks because this is weekly, it's not daily. So you can see it's like weeks and weeks and weeks of consolidation that led to this bleeding, right? And the lowest of that candle was 38 from the top of 30 at 48. So 10,000 down, from 10,000 down. And then from that 38, we got all the way to 74. And that's the massive, 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 right? And you can do the same thing on the week, on the daily. The daily is coming up, but it's not close. See, we did not go oversold on this down. We just didn't hold the 50% as a support. That's what would have given us that big push. Came up, round trip. So next time it goes up, expect either some, for now, something like this that takes longer for us to recover, basically going zigzagging here, or just push, come down, test the 50%, another push up, come down 50%, maybe lose that time, and that time we could be by January or something. Right, because it takes multiple days to fill up. It takes 7 days to fill up, right? One of these candles. This is weekly. Second week we closing below that, but also you can see weekly it's not losing the white line. It's finding support at the white line. It's about 80,000. We came down from outside of 50. I think 50 is going to be that one or something, or maybe the second one. I think one of this is the 50 that we lost. We we opened this third week below the 50. So maybe it's gonna, if this turns bearish, just like the day is, then we're done. We're going to see, we could see something small like this, but even this is gonna take a lot longer to recover. I mean, you can see it took long to recover, and then you have that huge. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing right now, the only hope we have is that our weekly and daily are oversold because this aggressive sell-off, three different aggressive sell-offs. So we just opening, we just need this to observe at least one candle around to close the 100,000, and then the next one we could have some hope then. For now though, how things are looking, I think we're gonna spend long, unless giant institutions step in and the sell-off cools off or stops. Expect a longer sell-off. That's that for the articles. Let me see if there's anything new dropped off to take a look at it. I really don't have a time today. I'm just playing with my luck today. Close X. I'm gonna close view of this, and then I'm gonna open a few more of these articles. Man, I closed my whole thingy. Sorry. This is gonna take longer. All right, let's get to this article, and I'm out of here. If I could try, I'm feeling much better than yesterday, last 2, 3 weeks, last week. So let's see how good I can read today. South Korea's upbeat eyes Nasdaq listings after merge with tech giant Navir. All right, so Abbott, South Korea's largest currency exchange, is preparing to pursue a Nasdaq listing following its planned merge with Navir. Local news outlet Seoul's Economic Daily report Monday details on the expected valuation timeline or potential upbeat. So, do they have a token? Probably it went crazy. Let's see if their token went crazy. Do they have a token? How do they spell? Oh, all right. And then wait. I don't see any. Please let me know if they have a token. It's something. I mean, we come from run because the news is already out. But look at it. Evaluation timeline of potential underwriting bank remains undisclosed. It is operated by Dunamu, which earlier this year agreed to merge under South Korea's internet conglomerate Nava. Oh, is a part of internet. Okay, throughout the stock swap transaction, as the block reported at the time, the deal would consolidate Update's corporate structure within one of the country's biggest technology groups. The IPO update comes during an active period where South Korea exchange sector rival platforms Pithumb has been working towards an owning public market push. Having earliest exposure to the US offering back in 2024 and recognized parts of business throughout the planned spin-off. Meanwhile, Danamu has reported strong financial performance over the past year, including 85% year-to-year profit growth and tripling of threshold dividend, according to regulatory disclosure, citing in early coverage. So congrats for them. Congrats, they did good. They did good. I like that. Let's see if there's anything new in this website. The block. We are now going to Cointelegraph, our best one, and they have a article about new NPM supply chain attack, compromise major ENS and crypto libraries. That's ENS. I mean, NPM has been terrible this time. It's like, I think, third or fourth time I'm hearing about attacks on libraries like JavaScript libraries and whatever. And a lot of the libraries are being compromised. So, yeah, that's what they're talking about, JavaScript. A major JavaScript supply chain attack has been compromised hundreds of software packages And I hate how npm, when you're coding on npm, you have to download bunch of packages that you have no idea this npm are safe, right? You build it on your project, right? You have all these npm packages that you download on your code, whatever compiler, or you compile it together, you code it, you make your website all this fancy and crazy stuff, right? And then now they have viruses embedded into them, including at least 10 used widely across crypto ecosystem according to NU research from cybersecurity firm Akado Security. In Monday post, Charlie Erickson, a researcher at Aikido Security, shared the names of 100 packages that show signs of infection with the Shai Hulud, a self-replicating malware using an ongoing JavaScript npm library supply chain attack. Eric said that he validated each detection to avoid false positive. Many of the cryptocurrency related packages involve these in tens of thousands of downloads per week and have numerous other packages require them to function. In an X post published early today, Ericsson also warned that the Ethereum name service or ENS team that several of their packages are affected. That's insane. So ENS domains, the ENS validated ENS domains content hash is affected. In ethereum.ens or slash ens is also affected. ENS domain react.ens address is, it's good that they find it out. The Hayshhood is a package provider supply chain attack trend in early September, the largest npm attack reported to date. So hacker only stealing 50 million in cryptos. Amazon Web Services noted that this first attack was followed by a Shai worm spread autonomously past week, just a week later, while the previous attack directly attacked crypto to steal assets. Say Hulud is general purpose credential stealing malware that spreads anonymously across developer developer structure if the affected environment contains wallet keys. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. If you're building with JavaScript, be careful. That's all I can say. And a lot of people knew this. I read multiple I think it was a few weeks ago, something about NPMs affected. And and it's very crazy. Like once you download into your computer or you embed it into your website, it's gonna be infected, and everybody who interacts with it is at risk of being affected at the same time, right? So 50 million is not that much. That's how much they stole so far, but at least it's been found, and now people can appropriately. Oh man, sorry, I wasn't sharing that page, was I? Death cross versus 96 rebound. Five things to know in Bitcoin this week. Bitcoin's bottom began to higher BTC levels, price levels, as the sentiment reversed to upside instead, ahead of the turbulent microeconomic data week. So this week could be a substantial. Bitcoin heads up to November monthly close hanging by a thread below 90,000. Bitcoin traders hope for modest recovery and even a return above 100,000 mark after a brutal sell-off. Bitcoin price action still has to contend with the aftermath. This is just the okay. Bitcoin emerging from wreckage following its latest local low of 80,500 last week. Bitcoin remains highly uncertain as the November monthly close approach. Data from kind of we still got 6 more days, so 6 more days Bitcoin can move a lot faster. So okay, so data from Coin Telegraph Market Pro and Trading View shows 88,000 as a mark current acting as a price ceiling. So we're not able to break above that. And I think, yeah, once you break 88, then above 90 could be. I mean, passing 90 isn't couldn't. I mean, won't be that hard. But until then, enjoy everybody. Enjoy. The market is volatile. The market could. And imagine, I mean, we had 40 days of data being, I mean, still waiting to be released, and even more than that, 2 months of data, could be 2 months of data. If the market does not like it, expect 70s. All right, let's move forward. That we read this Japanese asset manager. Let's read this article. I am going to cut it short today. I am so sorry. Japanese major asset manager for crypto investment offering ahead of major rule changes. At least six major Japanese asset manager considering. Let me make it bigger for my eyes to help me read better. Consider launch cryptocurrency investment product tonight. Okay, am I sharing, guys? The discussion followed Japanese recent regulatory momentum, including stablecoin initiatives, custody reforms, and broader tax reliefs. Several Japanese largest wealth management firms are preparing to develop the country's first crypto-based investment trust as regulators move towards a sweeping overhaul of digital asset rules. According to the Nikkei report, six firms, including Daiwa Asset Management, Asset Management One, and Amova Asset Management, and Mitsubishi UFJ Asset Management, said they were considering launching crypto investment products. Monday's news follows discussions among the policymakers whether to allow such products. For the first time, Japan's current prohibits currently prohibits crypto assets from being included in investment trust under existing regulations. The Financial Service Agency rather, is widely weighted a plan to reclassify cryptocurrencies under Financial Instrument and Exchange Act rather than a Payment Services Act, as previously reported by the blog. The reform is part of the broader push to treat crypto as a regulated financial product and to lower tax on digital asset gains to a flat 20% in line with stocks and bonds. The FSA aims to finalize the legal challenges during the 2026 ordinary parliamentary session. Nikkei noted that if adopted, the reforms would also pave the way to amendments to, to the Investment Trust Act. This would allow asset managers to offer crypto investment trusted to the retail and eventually to the institutional investors. SBI, a global asset manager, reportedly said that it plans to launch ETFs tied to the Bitcoin and Ether, as well as diversify crypto investment trust. The company aims to manage roughly $5 trillion or 32 billion in asset within 3 years of launch. That's big ambitions. Congrats if they reach there. All right. Looks like a lot of the articles today are coming from the blog. Congrats to the blog. And today we're just gonna finish right there. Let's look at anything concerning in the world news. All right, thank you guys for the likes. Ooh, 124 likes. Not bad, not bad. TikTok is getting better. It's getting better finally. All right, something about the Ukraine. What and the Europeans have said about red lines in peace negotiations. All right, let's see if this is something meaningful. I'm gonna share with you guys on the arena. Hopefully, you guys can see that. Okay, we have what we have recovered. U.S. President Donald Trump says something good just may have happened following talks in Geneva yesterday on a plan to end the Russian-Ukraine war. He discussed those discussions continue to a technical level today, and the EU leaders are also meeting for other talks. Blah 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 blah. That's not what we're talking about. Come on, you need to end the war. If you can, you said you're gonna end it in weeks. What's taking you forever? The U.S. Drafted proposal to end the war on Ukraine included many ideas that have been previously have previously have, that have previously been up to forward and rejected in earlier peace negotiations. The 28-point plan put forward by the Trump puts pressure on Kiev to secede territories, limit the size of its military, and promise not to join NATO in exchange for. That is the whole entire thing with Russia was asking. Russia would never wanted to invade Ukraine if you guys have done exactly that. Along Stan Kremlin demands as Putin presses forward with his maximalism war aims. The U.S. proposal calls for Ukraine to surrender key territories in Donbas region of eastern Ukraine that Russia has illegally annexed but not captured. What is the difference? Okay. It's like he's saying, okay, you captured this area, right? You captured the Kremlin. What is it? What is the territory? Donbas. Ukraine, you gotta let this go, okay? Give it to the Russians. Yeah? Don't join NATO. That was the whole thing Russia was asking. They were not asking that, hey, we just want Ukraine for fun, right? They were kept saying, stop the expansion of NATO into our borders, right? They have Belarus right there as a belt line, right? Because of Poland, they have Belarus right there. So Belarus is acting like a buffer zone, right? And then Ukraine would have been the other buffer zone Russia wanted. So that line is protecting a war between two majors, because any attack on Ukraine on a European by the Russians that's a world war, and obviously it's true. So Russia attacking Ukraine isn't gonna cause a world war unless the NATO decides to defend Ukraine, which it's been doing. And now hopefully the NATO and the European countries can realize, no, let's just leave this guy alone, right? But the guy is so successful. Like, if we're talking about key part, like, no, key part of Ukraine, take Donbass, take whatever else you have, right? Ukraine is gonna promise not, to reduce the size of its military. Ukraine is going to promise not to join NATO. Why did billions of dollars were spent? Why thousands of lives lost? Why? He was just literally asking Ukraine not to join NATO. or European, whatever is going on there. Who knows which one is which? Anyways, and now the Americans are saying yes, you have to accept this. The U.S. proposal calls for Ukraine to surrender key territories in the Donbas region of eastern Ukraine that Russia has illegally annexed, not captured. What is the difference? A long-standing red line for Kiev. Okay, that area includes the fortress belt of heavy defended Ukrainian towns and cities, which are seen essential for the country's security. So if you see Ukrainian's security line for Ukraine, well, Vladimir is gonna see it as a line too. All right. Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky. What two Vladimirs? Why are they fighting? Zelensky has previously rejected Russia's call for Ukraine to surrender the eastern Donbas region in exchange for some Russian-held parts of southern Kherson and whatever that name is regions, Zaporozhia region. The European what is that? The European Union also laid out three of the red lines on Sunday. Am I sharing on the arena? All right, guys. First, Ukraine's border cannot be changed by force. European Commissioner President, you are delusional, lady, said in a statement on Sunday, as top U.S. and European officials held talks in Geneva, Switzerland. Switzerland. Second, as the foreign nations are, there cannot be limitations on Ukraine's armed forces. Limitations? Yes, you have to accept it. You're the losing part. That would leave the countries vulnerable in the to future attack. From who? Attacks are nearby, also determining the European security. So if you're worried about the European security, why don't you also worry about the Russian security? Because you can't have the security on one side and be aggressive on the other side, right? You have to both accept to live together. Russia will always be there. You cannot force a regime change on Russia. It's not a small country to bully, right? And you cannot use Ukraine 24/7 as a proxy to fight the Kremlin. It's not possible. It's not possible. If imagine if Russia was doing the same thing to Ukraine, right? And Ukraine was attacking Poland or whatever other western borders they have, you wouldn't have accepted it, and everybody would have said, "Oh, that this time we accept Russia is the problem." A top secret Russian unit based in Moscow has changed the landscape of drone warfare, turning what it was an advantage for the Ukrainians into a vulnerability. The unit is known for as a Rubicon and has expanded rapidly under the Russian Defense Ministry, Andrew Balovazov, since his appointment in June last year. Plaza, whatever that name, visited its headquarters in October 2024 and was shown a range of drones being developed, according to the video published by the Russian media. The advent of Roboson, where that is, full name Roboson Center for Advanced Unarmed Technologies, is a prime example of how Russian military has learned to shrug off its rigid way of warfare during Ukraine's conflict and adapt to a rapidly evolving battlefield. Ukraine had already established a separate branch within its military, the Unarmed Systems Force, in 2024. That was proved its worth. Russia's President Vladimir Putin announced in June that Russia would establish a military command detecting the unarmed aerial systems. The units came into being last year. So basically, yeah, Russia may not need Iranian drones anymore. But anyways, I do not see anything else. Let's check the Fox News. That's what normal people do. They don't just depend on one side and take one-sided news. You check both sides. All right, so guys, I'm gonna sign off from TikTok, and I'm gonna sign off from probably YouTube, and I'll continue chatting with my Arena family since I have a lot of much better audience over there. Appreciate you guys. Hello, hello, Alec. I see Sabir. Is that Sabir? Thank you, Sabir. I'll come back to you guys. I'll stay with you guys. Meanwhile, why don't I just find a nice YouTube video for you guys since I'm sharing the screen and they don't care what we do here. So I'm gonna go upstairs and check a few things. All right. But you guys, why don't you learn something about keto diet? Are you guys interested in keto diet? Let me find something better. Okay. Okay. Let's brand ourselves in 2026. Okay. This guy is insane, but he's fun. Okay. I'm gonna give you guys Gary Vee for the next 30 minutes. I'll come back. Okay. All right. See you guys. Anyway, everyone else, thank you so much for joining me. 124 likes. Ooh, thank you. Wow, thank you. Wow, Sunny, appreciate you, my brother. But I have to come back. That was enough live streaming for TikTok. Not a lot of people show up, so I'm gonna sign up from TikTok. I'm actually continuing YouTube. All right. Go find the link on my TikTok and please follow, subscribe my YouTube. Watch some of my videos. I'm struggling reaching 4,000 hours watch hours on YouTube. Go ahead and do that for me. But I'll see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum. All right. So you guys, I'll be back. Stay there. Don't move anywhere. What's up, guys? How are you? Let me see if I can go back to the one I was. Yeah, I am completing a certificate. Okay, manager voter, adult training. Um, well, I need something. At least I completed. Um, okay, more training history. Okay, so course number. Okay, so HR learning certificate. I don't know why I don't have the certificates here, but let's see again. Alright, so let's go back to 2023 and say, okay, so that is training. That's when I enrolled. Pronouns. That's long. on that one. Well, so adult mandatory training. All right, so well, let's just go ahead and untag the whole thing. Sorry, guys. Let me mute myself. That Rena, guys. Let me mute myself. What are you doing, kiddo? It's gonna be about 2 hours online training, so. Alright, guys, so I'll be back with you guys. I'm probably going to log in myself, come back to live stream one more time. But see you guys.